love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. Don't be scared. Just open up. And if you get in my way, you gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math. When I hate, I attack. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just open up.
Hello everybody. You'll have to forgive me for being so unprepared, as well as by the way, I would really appreciate it if you guys can confirm that you guys can hear me, because I've been having some technical difficulties, to put it in simple terms. So yeah, I would appreciate if you guys can confirm you guys can hear me, and trust me, I've gone through hell and high water to try and be able to pull this live off. We hear you. All right. Do you hear me well? I hope. I mean, I believe that hope that means you guys. All right. Okay. So I tried to stabilize the platform right now to its most sort of normal-ish state, just so I'll be able to pull off this live, so you guys will be up to speed. Hopefully we will be back on track within several days, hopefully within, I believe, 4 to 5 days to be more exact. I already ordered a power supply, a replacement power supply, and hopefully it will arrive and will be fine. I've in fact skipped over ordering it from Amazon this time around and actually got it from a local vendor. So it'll arrive super quickly, so I'll be able to get back on track with you boys and girls, so you'll be up to speed on what's going on. I believe regardless of not too many of you were too surprised, although we did say that some of that bullish momentum may spill over into this week before we sort of continue, but it appears that, well, that's not the case. And let's go over the time frames. We kind of know what the spiel here is. How do we do things normally here? Let's go over things so we can see what's up. So the current 5-minute channel, basically, if we're looking at the wider range one, we're sitting at the bottom, right? Pretty distinct, pretty clear. We've been going down for some time now, so this is not a big surprise. The very same levels we are currently testing. Momentum as it stands right now appears to be a lot more bearish. So at this current rate, it appears to be that we're obviously moving towards 5,064.5, call it 5,060 handle, 5,050 with some slippage, of course, easily can make it to that area. Of course, maybe formulate some form of a wedge right here, move into this thing, retest it a little bit before we go off. Let's continue to the 30 minutes. The 30 minutes, which you can see the channels are very similar, in fact almost parallel fully when it comes to the 30 minutes, and they're basically all moving or pointing to the downside. In fact, you get almost this channel overlapping a channel. In fact, they are kind of moving into that wedge formation. On the other hand, if you're more attentive, you will notice that the momentum here is curving to the upside, and so there could be likelihood here of a retest of that 5200, 51. I would argue that this junction looks very, very juicy, but the problem is once we get here, we are again now close to that very same gap we've generated today, so it's not going to be all that surprising if we're going to end up retesting levels we've already gone through, right? Just to sort of retest, if you will, before we're able to continue further down. Right now, the momentum as it stands pointing to the upside, so we should just assess it as such. Now, if we're looking 45 minutes, we're seeing something very similar. Again, momentum to the upside, maybe some corrective forces, although we're moving in a very narrow, very distinct channel downwards. Let's still stay objective about things. Now here, things start to change a bit. Here, what you realize, let me show you, is that slowly, basically from moving within a channel that had the trajectory or the angle, the approach of, let's say, again, that 45 degrees, now we are kind of transitioning into that channel that appears to be with a far steeper angle to the downside, basically giving us a acceleration of the trend, potentially sort of shifting over from something that is less steep into something that is more steep. To put it in simple terms, you can kind of see how the two channels split apart as we go further on. Basically, what you realize, the channel we're currently moving within the framework of is a lot steeper, in other words, faster, okay? In other words, faster. So be very attentive to that low end of that channel. We spoke about these lows before, 4,800, big surprise, the trajectory we're currently having towards there. If you really see the direction here of the channel, it's pretty simple and pretty evident. The direction of the movement, no one says it's going to be all that straightforward. It can, of course, be very volatile, not go left like I did here. There, it doesn't do that, but you get the idea. We can have something of this sort, easily bringing us to 4,700, just as I've said literally about a week and a half ago, and I warned that this is probably the direction within which the market will be moving. By the way, I really do apologize. I kind of skipped over that very sacred, important thing we do here, the shout-outs. How could I forget the shout-outs? Oh my God. Alexei, hello. Gene, hello, you goddamn beautiful legend. Definitely keeping my mood today up with this shitty event that I've been having with my PC, right? And part of it is actually I effed up. I'm using enough my IT-oriented or tech-savvy friends I've been talking to. We all know and understand the importance of a sort of a hierarchy of actions, or an organized plan and a particular sort of order of things. Because if you don't follow the order, even though it might not necessarily be something, this time around it's fine, no worries. Like this time around, I could have ended up saving myself a lot of headaches simply by testing that power supply when it arrived, instead of just starting to install it as if everything is fine, because I was certain it is, because everything seemed to be fine. So yeah, the importance of sort of going through the processes and taking step by step, and every step has its own sort of place, which place is written in blood. So yeah, Gene definitely understands and knows what I'm talking about. IT-oriented people here definitely, and so he was definitely helping me sort of pull through this very unpleasant occurrence. A long time no see. Chobi, indeed, good to see you here. What happened to you? Have you fell down the well? Did you went on an adventure chasing the dog? What happened? Went out to buy cigarettes, never came back. Well, but what's the deal? Just kidding, Chobi. Good to see you around. Johnny, of course, Stonks, our beautiful Stonky. Without him, we are not a full community. Casey, howdy, Ugandan beautiful cowboy legend. Leo, of course, Pools, Alexei. Yeah, that's it. I think I've gone through everybody. So, Bedwars Gang, of course, Bedwars Gang, one of the most legendary admins on the planet. Without her, we would be in deep doo-doo. Without her, I would not be doing some of the lives and some of the things. Maybe I would, but I'm lying. But regardless of, she definitely is a huge help. And no, I mean, I'm not lying about the part that she pushes me more and more to do more and more stuff. And so she's a huge help. Without her, you guys would have less. Been working away, Greg. Okay, gotcha. I don't know where you work, but I'll just say keep safe. Since people who work away from home normally are exposed to all sorts of unpleasant things, you keep safe. Hey, hello, Coda, hello. And so let's go on back on track. What we're seeing here is more so a pickup of the momentum potentially to the upside, retesting that very resistance we've just gone through on a descending path, 4,900, 5,000, the very same number, support and resistance levels we spoke about before. And below and behold, those who have more of a hawk eye kind of notice that it coincidentally matches with some support and resistance levels we've tested before. And so ceilings and all. What else? Let's continue. 4 hours. 4 hours is not saying anything good. Basically, the 4 hours, what it's saying, it's below the 50 range and so extremely bearish with a bearish dominance and clear distinctive downwards trend and divergence going on. So it's pretty awesome. The gravity is magnetizing us back to the ground, and we're moving in such an accelerated movement, so I'm not going to be all that surprised if we're going to end up again retesting that 47, 48, the very same levels we just spoke about. That's a very distinct confirmation to that. It's just that, of course, as we said, we're going to have some noise in between. That's normal, right? Nothing happens in a straight line. Nothing happens in a straight trajectory. This, our daily, is becoming extremely bearish. This is not what I wanted. This is distinctively bearish and becoming even more so as we go. As you guys know, understand, every time we go for that period, we end up creating new lows, if you will, or at least retesting potential ones or establishing ones that have been retested before. Wink, wink, 47, 4,800. So you see what's going on here? Basically, you can end up seeing multiple forces are pointing to the very same sort of behavior. Something that I was warning about, those who were hoping for the bullish momentum to pick up. As you can see, the momentum is curving inwards on itself right here around the 20 level, which is a great indication. First of all, remember, anything that is happening below the 50 is significantly indicative of us being more bearish. Everything below 50 is, in essence, simply put, is bearish and very negative. The fact of the matter, we are curving like so below the 20% range on the stochastic RSI implies that, in fact, we are far more bearish than we think. We are actually barely able to pick up with a tiny little bit of buying momentum that's probably done by automated systems and people who are tremendously hopeful or new to the market and think, oh, now it's a good price. I've been waiting for this sort of price for a long time, not realizing the prices will go a lot lower, a lot steeper, a lot more painful, a lot quicker. So, continuing with that theme, of course, let's go to the monthly. The monthly is pretty much the most important time frame we have right now, and I've been warning and calling out how this will look like. And as you can see, again, very clear, distinct divergence happening right here. In fact, we are further diverging than before, moving very, very clearly, distinctively for that 20 range. We're now below the 50 range itself, meaning we're at face value bearish. Right now, we're actually becoming bearish. Legit, no bullshit, not corrective, not nothing. Actually moving into bear territory proper, right? So full on. Get ready. It's going to get messy real quick. Those of us who are holding on to SQQs, including myself, I mean, you guys know that it is an up and down sort of process. Nothing is all that surprising for us. We've been waiting for this and we knew this price action will come. In fact, part of that title and thumbnail I have on the video right now, I've presented it before and I spoke exactly about that, how I warned, and it will happen again because people will, of course, buy into the idea of some bottom or something. I don't even know what the hell is going on, but the principle is very simple. Nothing really changed for us. I mean, we had a bit of a positive day. We might have a bit of a corrective day. Yes, we opened up a gap, basically. Is this good? No. Yes. Bottom line is that at some point very shortly the market will drop down far more significantly. It will be able to pull back up, and so we'll end up taking, if you will, 2 steps down while giving back just 1 step upwards, and so retaining an entire step down, then retesting it probably for a while, for a couple of months. But as it seems, as it appears to be right now, we're more and more getting ready to break down even further towards that 47 area, which I warned about in the first place, which will now initially will bring us into that oversold territory, eventually allowing us to potentially create some form of a head and shoulders, or that might actually happen later down the line. Now, why are you asking? Because the market is a lot more bearish for far longer duration than just on the monthly chart. What we can see right here on the 3-month chart, on the quarterly chart actually, is very indicative of the beginning of a larger downwards trajectory and a trend, if you will, that will lead us, at least as a sort of first step, towards that 4,300. That will be the very next support resistance levels that we will be retesting post breaking that 47. Of course, there will be some area of retest around 4,500, and after 4,500 we will then continue towards, in fact, I would argue that 4,500 will play a role into how the market will find itself moving towards that 42. It will be part of that up and down play that the market does, that tug of war, back and forth, the price action, trying to figure out where the balance is, finalizing at around 4,500, temporarily testing it, then eventually breaking towards 4,200. Of course, some of you know and can be wiser knowing that I'm actually aiming towards 3,300 on the SPX. Yeah, 3,300 may be said again and again and again, so people later say, oh, Greg, you weren't clear. Oh, yes, I'm very clear about how I'm seeing the market going towards 3,300 on the SPX, 3,300, and maybe even lower, maybe even the handle of 3,100, of course the higher end, but still very much could be the potential outcome. I'm currently hyper focused on that 33. Of course, it may slip into that. In fact, the resistance and support levels that are relevant to that will be around 3,200, but I am so extreme, if you will, that I'm saying that the market may have slippage and just sort of have a bit of a bad day in a bad period. Hard to believe, right? And especially considering the lows we will be at, it's not such a big surprise if the market will end up actually retesting that 3190, 3180, basically the higher end handles of the 3180, 3190, like I said, maybe even 3170-ish. But I am actively aiming at 33. So for those to interpret that, as you will, you do you. This is not financial advice, just like it says. In fact, there you go. Here it is, right? No financial advice. And that's it. This is it, I think, boys and girls. This is kind of everything I wanted to bring you up to speed on. And believe it or not, we're actually able to do this with a relatively stable chart, which some of you may not appreciate how hard it was to actually make the trading view works so well considering how I was fighting with it throughout the day. In fact, it was just misbehaving so very badly. I'm not no longer certain whether it's my PC misbehaving and the trading view is not really acting well or acting up, if you will. It is acting up, and or maybe it's a combination of both. And I'm not sure anymore. I'm not sure. That's it, boys and girls. I mean, sadly, we're not going to go through the tickers today. The charts are really, really not being nice to me. I mean, it may take, I would say you'll see, but I'm not going to go even try to go through this horrible hell where the chart tries to load up for 5 minutes straight. So remember, it is what it is. We still have a little bit of that bullish momentum that may pull us back up to 5,200, as insane as it sounds, maybe even close the gap, although right now as it stands we're far more bearish on all fronts, and so far more likely to see that we will see the price action in the overall market, generally speaking, drop further down. Okay, so I think, again, that's just my own assessment, of course. If you're looking at your regular Palantirs, right, everything is going to be pointing downwards, very, very bearish, and very significant on the most relevant time frames, so to speak, in terms of the medium time frame, the things that we'll be seeing within the following sessions, right? So there you can see the very same sort of scenario. Everything is tumbling to the downside with a very distinct, clear downtrend. So it's very much a matter of time until on each and every one of them we'll be testing the very same 180 in this case. You can see that level very distinctively been retested multiple times prior to, and so we're very, very well aware of it. And the general direction of the movement right now, as we said, the 180, 190, kind of like below the 200 area. Of course, 200 in itself is a strong psychological level. Where's the confidence or the certainty? That comes from the momentum, or rather the quick succession of how quickly the market is losing that momentum, and by so basically dropping back to the ground. That's it. I think I kind of covered this, top to bottom so many times. I believe my community is the most unsurprised. Another super important tidbit, because I was so busy. That's what I was trying to point out. Because I was so freaking busy this week. And the weekend when I was planning to remove the 50% discount, the 50% discount is still on. These prices that you're currently seeing, okay, this will be changed to $20. This tier will be changed to $40 the end of this week, just to be clear and more precise, around 25th or 26th, kind of, the night in between, basically Friday to Saturday. Once the trading session is done, that's it. Don't expect to find these at a discounted price. These will be changed, and the 50% discount will no longer be a part of things. Basically, those who wonder, how do I get the 50% discount? You simply join in, and you go to patreon.com/investory, and you sign up at the prices you're currently seeing. Why? Because they are, as they right now appear to you, 50% discounted. To be clear, again, they are with no promo codes, no need for anything. Just I decided to save the headache. Here it is. I'm being a schmuck and a stupid moron. I'm not showing, as always. I'm being a stupid schmuck. So yeah, here are the prices. That $10 tier, that the $20 tier, both of them will be increased. Are you showing us the screen? Yeah, I'm a moron. I'm a moron. Come on, BlackBerry, you should know by now. So basically, boys and girls, those who are not members in the community, if you want to become members of the community, join us on weekly meetings. Although this week, boys and girls, heads up, I am so sorry. Please forgive me. Obviously, as you can imagine, our schedule is not going to be as normal. I will try to make it up for the students and sort of catch up with whoever I can and complete sessions, especially if those are the earlier ones in the academy, which brings me to my next point. In the one-on-one academy, the only way, first of all, to sign up to the one-on-one academy is basically by showing up onto the Discord, going either into this channel, right? Or if you're not yet inside and you're kind of in limbo, open up a support ticket and write. Don't forget to write. Say, Greg, I'm here interested in the One-on-One Academy, in which I teach you like you would hire a tutor for math or English or I don't know any subject for your child, who will sit with him her one-on-one and teach them, show them, guide them step by step. That's exactly what I do. If you really want to know how well I do what I do, in fact, you can go over the testimonials right here. Soon, as far as I've understood, wink wink, from some of the students who are just now finished the academy, I will get some really nice new ones. Those sadly are not all my students, and I wish I was smart enough to retain all of them, and not the students, but rather the reviews themselves, and be able to sort of post them. Boys and girls, don't be shy. All of you, the Academy members, this channel is for you to post your experience in the One-on-One Academy. I currently have only 2 spots. 2 spots available because 1 spot was already taken. 1 is being asked about, but I'm not sure. You know what it is. Until the money is not in, it doesn't count. And so to speak, there are very few spots available right now. Basically, 2, if you will. There is 1 spot available and open, especially for the community members, but sort of it's a separate thing, regardless of what I'm mentioning right now. Now. So yeah, I mean, if you really want to be in the know, learn how technical analysis works. If you want to be independent, not to sort of be looking for the current, bobbing talking head in the media, who is now the media is latching on to convey their supposed opinion, which probably is not their opinion. Which, by the way, if you ask yourself, what is this? This is, again, what the difference is. We have 2 meetings here. This talks about far more advanced tools, strategies, discussions overall. So the more advanced tier is for more advanced material, as you can imagine, right? And 2 meetings every week, not including, by the way, I almost forgot, which again, sorry, I am so sorry, but probably will be behind, a little bit behind this week on, is the members exclusive ad-free videos, right? I make these sort of for the community, so they will be up to speed ahead of everyone. In fact, I try to make these in the early morning when it's like 7, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., right around my parts of the world. And so by the time the people of the North Americas, or just the American areas, the American area wake up, they already up to speed and very well aware of the analysis and the expectation and the current structure of the market. I am not showing again. I'm a stupid moron. Ad free right there, right? Ad free. We have the YouTube. We have various channels. If it's the archive where all the member meetings go, if it is I now just realized I'm not sure I've actually uploaded the recent members meeting. I think I have not. I've not uploaded the members meeting we had back then, but the Hangout, of course, we have our options channel for people who are more into options. You will not find me on that channel. I'm more into the part of the analysis. Of course, you'll find a lot of our admins here. They are basically the dominant force here. They're the ones talking about options all the time, and they do understand day trading rather well. Some of them, they share information, of course, make each other better and wiser. We have tickers, which I need to put a lot more time into. We might change this into something different, sort of adjust this. Of course, my positions, where I inform my members of my positions, my holdings. Charting 101, where I break down various sort of basic tools and strategies. Must watch, as you can imagine. Those are videos that I highly recommend for all our community members to watch. The Academy area, just strictly for the community Academy members. Casual posts and chats. We kind of talk about anything and everything. Psychology, philosophy, right? Breaking news, things that are urgent, pressing, geopolitics, finance, technologies, tabloids, memes, of course, and a channel for music, right? Share your music so everybody else can enjoy it. That's it. This is it, I believe. Now I really do think I've gone over everything and I haven't forgot anything. So yeah, sign up. Don't miss out because these spots are quite rare and once taken, first come first serve kind of deal. Here we're again probably seeing some form of an inverted head and shoulders. Not going to be all that surprising if it's going to break down and start climbing back up. Hold on, my cat really wants to interrupt this live. Say meow to the people. Kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty. Her name is Cookies and she's absolutely adorable. And yes, there is a photo of her on the Discord where she's actually trading. People saw my cat is a proper Greg cat that actually knows how to trade and do technical analysis. People saw that. There is a picture. There's evidence. Right, Cookie? Yeah, you saw? You heard? You saw? She's legit. She's a legit, real OG trader cat. All right, boys and girls. Let's see if I've missed out on anything. Yeah, Casey, there is a picture of her standing in front of a chart. This is not a joke. I don't know if you've seen it. It's pretty funny. Yeah, hold on. Now she wants out. Go. Go. All right, cool. So, cool stream. I hope you boys and girls enjoyed. You kind of get the drift, you get the idea. Nothing new, really. Most of you were prepared, not super surprised by seeing price levels such as these. We've been preparing for these for, weeks in advance. We knew these are coming. I was warning. So, those who were not, Cry Me a River or whatever, you do you. And it's not to offend anybody. It's just like, if, and again, you're not willing to listen to. It's not about good advice because it's not financial advice, as we said, but just sort of, to expand your knowledge bases, you become a little bit wiser, and it's up to you to, to decide how to act. No one here is going to give you any signals, not financial advice, none of that bullshit here. People will simply discuss, show their point of view. We'll talk about the analysis of things. It's kind of like saying, look, it is 1 + 1. It obviously equals 2. It just depends what you think about this 2. That's what we can do on top of things. And at the end of the day, the narrative is pretty simple and is pointing to a very sort of simple or very obvious situation here. Okay, like I said, you do you manage your portfolios. We're all adults here, or at least supposed to be. Johnny Loreal, thanks, Greg. My pleasure, Johnny. Thank you for showing up. Thank all of you being an awesome community that you are. Without you, I'd be nothing. I'll be just some dudes, talking to the microphone. And nice for me that I have opinions. No one cares. It's like a friend of ours, says, it's like opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. No one. It doesn't mean you have to be showing yours off. So, I'm just sharing, and without you guys, I'm just, like I said, some random dude. With you guys, I have that awesome community and support system, and this whole thing that we have, and we help each other, and really have this very pleasant, how to say it, just interesting environment where even the most novice of market participants can thrive, and the most expert can enjoy as well. So I'm actually very proud of what we were able to achieve. And it's all thanks to you, boys and girls. So thanks for today, Greg. No, like I said, thank you back, boys and girls. Thank you. Without you, I'm all nothing. Love you much. I'll see you on the next one. Hope I'll keep you, of course, the community members informed what's going on with with my PC and everything. I've already ordered the part. Hopefully things will be fine and sorted out in no time, and I will be back to my normal schedule. There may be another day off once I announce that. So I got the PSU, the power supply. I might need to spend some time, of course, sorting everything out, maybe formatting, reinstalling Windows. It's not always as smooth as we wish it would be. Mikey, good to see you. All right. Mikey, how long have you been a member? Jesus, man. Wow. Like, legit. You've been a member for half a year at this point? I'm not sure anymore. Like, you've been around for quite a while, right? Plug went to 80 today, to 0.80. I know. I'm very well aware. I need to buy more. need a backup laptop. Leo, I was thinking about it, and it's not like laptops are stupid cheap here. And if I'm gonna be buying, I'll be buying something really worthy, as you can imagine. And just for the sake of having to use it once every blue moon, I mean, I probably should have some sort of, you know, arrangement for such a situations. I absolutely agree. I may buy, a laptop that is on the cheaper side just to be able to do this. Like I said, at the moment, it's not something I'm seriously considering because you guys know me. I don't half-ass, and if I'll buy that, I'll probably buy like an ROG laptop that will cost me like 10k, a minimum of 10k, which I would rather just buy S triple Qs and plug right now with. Just saying, just saying. I mean, my PC, as we say, is more of a beastie thing, and it just kind of is hopefully it's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine, and I'll buy other parts if anything sort of will come up. You guys know I have pretty much a brand new proper GPU and everything, and it's the PC is great. It's just this instance happened. Of course, it was partially my stupidity. I should have planned it out differently, and so would have ended up going through the process differently and knowing about it earlier, not having this entire headache as it panned out, because I ended up formatting my computer without realizing I haven't synced nor saved my logins and all sorts of stuff for my browser and users, and it was a hell. It was not fun. We need MacBooks Pro, bro. No, hell no, hell no. Nope. The only things there are BStat as being a doorstop. Not Mac is so not me. Like, come on, you know that. Wait, that's a trap. That's a layup. Like, come on. I know, baby. I know that's a trap. You know how much I hate Apple. Come on. Good to see you here. Like I said, all right, boys and girls, that's it. Enough rambling for today. I'm off. The market appears to be closed for the past 4 minutes. We haven't done anything too surprising. Corrected a little bit around that, as you can see, around that $50-$60 mark. Nothing all that surprising considering how quickly we dropped today, considering the gap we've developed, right? This big drop and then the entire movement. And so looking at the ratio of this entire thing, it's like, consider this like 3 steps downwards and 1 step up. Not a big deal, and all within the framework of the structure. So pretty good. Tom Lee says mechs are great. No wonder Tom Lee is a banana. Tom Lee is IR Baboon. That's what Tom Lee. Tom Lee was the guy who played IR Baboon in Cow and Chicken. Those who know. He's the guy. Alright, boys and girls, that's it. We're done for today. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to smash the like, subscribe, move the bell to everything, do all the blah blah, right? So the channel will succeed. More people will come, community will grow, and it will be all that great and fun and pleasant. That's it, boys and girls. I'll see you on the next one, and hopefully that will be soon. Bye bye.